Peace, familia. Back in full effect. Ariana Ali. Another exclusive. Good morning, world. New day. February 6, 2021. It's the Sabbath day. May Allah be pleased with all of us that He allowed to see this day. He must be somewhat pleased with us because here we are with a new day. I'm not going to rap today or do no music. I just want to tap in and touch on the subject, if I may. The subject that I want to touch on this morning is, on the Sabbath, the subject I want to touch on is expertise. Expertise. Anybody that knows anything about mastery knows that it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything. So if you on your way to self-mastery or becoming an expert in your field or your craft or whatever your endeavor may be, shout out to you. Keep pursuing that. Don't come up short in your 10,000 hours. For those of you that are experts in your field of endeavor, shout out to you because you put in the work. Now it's time to exercise our expertise, if you will. As for me, Ariana Ali, music, politics, and spirituality. Those three things. Music is in my blood. Artistry. I put in well over 10,000 hours with this music thing. Hip-hop culture, rap music to be specifically, but all genres of music. Like I like to say all the time, we do everything from gothic to gospel over here at Black Dollar. Holla. From gothic to gospel. It's not a genre that we can't or haven't touched. I've studied the art and the science of music for years. Probably over 20 years, actually. I've been releasing mixtapes since December 9th, 2005. Society's Filth was project number 1. I'm preparing to release my 11th solo project. You don't do anything 11 times on accident or in a vacuum, if you know what I mean. My 11th solo project is going to be entitled Mixtapes and Heartache. Mixtapes and Heartache. Be on the lookout for that on the other channel that I've been telling y'all about. Black Dollar Entertainment. It's the label. It's the YouTube channel. It's the wave. It's an acronym. We'll get into that eventually. Want to make sure the music not too loud so y'all can hear me. These beats I'm playing, by the way, these are exclusives. These are beats I either made myself or beats that producers that are Black Dollar have made for me and for us. Or it's beats that I've been networking with different producers on YouTube to get. But all of these beats that you hear, they're going to be on up and coming projects. Coming after Mixtapes and Heartache, my 11th solo. Mixtapes and Heartache should be out first quarter 2021. And as I said, I'm an expert with this music thing. I put in over 10,000 hours studying the craft, writing, producing, performing, releasing my music, helping other artists release their music, ghostwriting for other artists, going on tour with myself and my team and other artists, performing with DJs, performing with my own live band. Over 10,000 hours, I'm an expert. It's nothing that I can't provide rhythm and poetry, spoken words over. I don't care if it's Mozart, Beethoven, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, The Loneliest Monk. Some of y'all might not even know these names I'm throwing around, but shout out to those of you who do. Over 10,000 hours in. Like I said, you don't do anything 11 times on accident. It's not a fluke. It's a part of who you are at that point. This is what I do. I've turned down quite a few contracts from major labels. I keep telling you, it's a difference between being undiscovered and uncompromising. You dig? I refuse to compromise my integrity or sell my soul or give them reins over my art, my image, my likeness. I never seen a contract that was fair to me as an artist, as a businessman, as a label head myself. Shout out to everybody that's been Black Dollar since 2007, since we started screaming Black Dollar, holla. Shout out to y'all. If you just now getting acquainted with the wave of Black Dollar Entertainment, shout out to you. Better late than never. We still got a long way to go. So here we go. Like I said, 10,000 hours, so I'll be offering my perspective as an artist, as a businessman, as somebody behind the scenes, as somebody that didn't kiss the ring, as somebody that refuses to compromise my image and likeness, for I know I was made in the image and likeness of Almighty God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As somebody that didn't compromise my manhood for worldly fame. I wasn't willing to sell out or neglect my son or any other of my loved ones for this thing called fame. I'm somebody that's qualified to speak on the politics and music, so I'll be doing so here on Ariana Ali, my exclusive channel where you get to see me be vulnerable, open and honest. I get to ventilate my triggers as I encourage you to do the same. Not only am I 10,000 hours in with music, but I'm 10,000 hours in studying politics. 20 years ago, as I said on a previous video, 20 years ago, I was talking like this, family, in middle school. It wasn't cool. It wasn't a thing to do. This was not the thing to do 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Now it is. All praise is due to Allah. However, now that the talking points that I've been discussing are now such a part of the mainstream media, I feel that shows my qualifications to speak. Because if 20 years ago I said 9/11 didn't happen the way that they said it happened, and I was in the 7th grade, and now it's damn near public record, common knowledge, that it didn't happen the way that they told us it happened. 20 years later, by the way, here we are. September 11th, 2001 was 20 years ago. Now here we are. The world has changed, but as far as the reality for black people, it hasn't changed that much. So when George W. Bush was in office, and the Patriot Act was implemented and all these other things that overstep their boundaries as far as constitutional rights go, which is black people, the Constitution is a joke for us because we were never considered really in their Constitution, Notice I said. So I've been studying this over 10,000 hours, politics, and how American politics has affected the black experience here in North America. I've studied it. While you were sleeping in your bed, I've been up, reading literature, reading articles, reading historical texts and documents, reading memoirs, reading autobiographies of different presidents who sat in the White House. Yeah. Reading the ideologies and philosophies of black historians and politicians. Yeah. Reading things that will get me better acclimated with this world of politics that I'm speaking on and will speak on this channel. Stay tuned. 10,000 hours in. I had conversations with different people from different walks of life. Sometimes it's hard to relate to the elders because When Trump got in office, everybody decided they wanted to wake up. I was wide awake and aware back when George W. Bush was in office. Back when No Child Left Behind was implemented and a lot of us were being left behind. It was my generation, it was my class of 2007 that spoke out against No Child Left Behind in the graduation test, to the point that they had to change the curriculum. They had to change the bias, the racial, the social bias. The same way that there's a racial and a social bias with the IQ test. They had to change the OGT and other graduation tests throughout America around. We did that. We've been doing that since a teenager. I told my teachers, you don't like your job, quit. Don't take your frustrations out on us, the student body. My senior year, the whole teacher staff, the whole body of teachers went on strike. This is a fact. This is a fact. So we've been politically charged for a long time, beloved. Like I said, I dropped my first mixtape December 9th, 2005. It was entitled Society's Filth. Those of y'all that's been following me all this time, you remember that. Shout out to you, by the way. It's nothing like your A1 day ones. You know, those who are specialists in watching you grow. You seen me come a long way. But you know that back then on Society's Filth, I was conscious, I was politically charged. I was wide awake and aware before stay woke, right? So I'm qualified to speak. A lot of our elders, I tell them respectfully, it's hard to talk to you sometimes because when I was saying this 10, 20, 15 years ago, even 5 years ago, within the last decade, within the last 10 years, a lot of the things I was saying, you were rejecting it when it was coming from me. Now, my language and my talking points is in the mouth of mainstream America. You can't turn on your TV. The news got my talking points in their mouth. Our talking points, for those of you that's been on this journey with me and us. You can't turn on your social media. My talking points are all over, beloved. So excuse me if I come off passion, pardon my passion, but I'm passionate because I've known for a long time that what I've been saying is right and exact. Excuse my emotion, but like I said, I came to ventilate my triggers, and I invite you to do the same. I've been studying this world of politics, and those whom I respect and revere in Black history, they were not telling our people to vote, but they made more of an impact than those of you who ran down to the polls, whether you voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, or whether you voted for the Trump administration to stay in office. Those of us who are the movers and shakers, the builders and destroyers, those of us on the grassroots level, we've done way more than any of you who have ever voted. In fact, outside of voting, what have you ever done? We got a track record and a resume a mile long, and it's growing every day. Shout out to all of y'all on the grassroots level. So I'm qualified to speak on politics and these different things, and I will be speaking on them here on the Area and Ali channel. So stay tuned. I've also dedicated over 10,000 hours of my expertise, my time, my blood, sweat, and tears with spirituality and Black consciousness. Spirituality and Black consciousness. From Black religion to the conscious community, the history that got us to this point, where we're headed in the future. Yeah, so I'll be speaking on it. On the Black experience, the difference between being wide awake and aware and woke. The difference between religion and spirituality. The difference between true consciousness and those of us who are just wearing the clothes and speaking the language. The difference between those of us who have consciousness over capitalism and those of us who are capitalists in the name of Black consciousness and consciousness, period. Because all consciousness emerged from the dark. See, the term was let there be light in the Bible, in the scriptures. Allah created himself out of triple darkness, as some of us may know. Those of you who don't know, stay tuned. It's a lot that you may learn walking with me. And inshallah, I may learn, in turn, walking with you. This is what we do. Black consciousness. I've studied the Quran, the Bible, the Medunetter, Mayat. We've studied these things. We know the value of Hotep, but we also know that a lot of you have taken that and you've made it a very trivial, elementary type of thing. So now we got to get it right and exact. Facts. That's what we're here to do. We're going to discuss black consciousness. Past, present, and future. We're going to maximize the moment. Every time we turn on this camera, we're going to have something prominent and profound to say. But just keep in mind, we have very little to say and very much to do. Final Call newspaper. You never had a Final Call newspaper, you're slipping. Get on top of that. They drop every week. There's no other black news more powerful than the Final Call newspaper. It's just a fact. So with that being said, make sure you stay wide awake and aware. Music, politics, spirituality. I've invested well over 10,000 hours. I'm an expert, qualified to speak on these things. So on my platform, I plan to speak on them in depth and in great detail. I'm going to offer my perspective as a black man. And you may indulge with me. You may share your thoughts. Feel free to share my videos. I'm not really here for all of the views, the likes, and the subscribers. But of course, that's the name of the game, right? We want the message to reach as many people as possible. So make sure you help us out with that. We're a new channel. Not just Ariana Ali, but Black Dollar Entertainment as well. Both are fairly new in their growth and development and the content that we're uploading and presenting to the public. So make sure you support us as well. You know, we need to be on the highest algorithm, regulated, you know, controlling the narrative, providing the energy and the wave. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the content, to the platform, to our channel, you know. Along with music, politics, and spirituality, I'll also be discussing relationships. Black men and black women, the dynamics between black male and black female relationships. I'm a single father. I'm a married man. I've grown up in a household with a single parent. I've grown up in a household where my father was married. I've seen my grandmother and my mother and my father as single parents, and I've seen my mother and my father married. I've been a stepchild and a step-parent, so my perspective is valuable, and I've spent a lot of time researching this dynamic as well. The art of being a husband, the art of being a father, the science of family, the fabric that it takes to keep a strong family, a strong, healthy family, here in the black experience of North America, being a black man, which I am. So I'll be speaking on that, my perspective as a black man, what it's like to be a husband in these trying times, what it's like to be a father in these perilous times. Yeah, my experience in relating to black women as my female counterpart. I'll be speaking on that. The gender war and all these different groups and facets and ciphers. You know, you got all kind of groups and doctrines and dogmatic talking points out here. Groups like the manosphere, whatever that is. Shout out to anybody that's uploading real content. And then when they turn off the internet, in the real world, they're providing real substance. We've had enough of symbol without substance, whether it's in music, spirituality and religion, consciousness, politics, relationships. Too much symbol without substance. We're here to dead all that. Provide you with the real substance in the dialogue, in our social commentary. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be offering my perspective, and as I learn and grow, I'll be showing what I know and teaching also. Stay tuned. Sarian Ali. So I ain't gonna talk you to death. You know, this is just another reminder of what the mission statement is. I represent the voice of the voiceless, the face of the public. This is Kingdom Unfiltered. This is Superior Facts. Superior Facts. Understand that? Yeah. And in these YouTube streets, it's some real, it's some fake. You know, it's a lot of false flagging, but it's some real brothers and sisters uploading real content. Shout out to y'all. I'll be mentioning names in later videos. But this walk that I've embarked upon, I've walked alone. So you shouldn't expect too much collaborating, because everything isn't for everybody. And I'm unalike when it comes to a lot of these brothers and sisters. So don't expect a whole lot of collaborating, but I do welcome and invite and promote collaboration. We need to be together on these panels and platforms to discuss these topics and figure it out. The most brilliant, brightest of our minds, the best of us. We need black think tanks. That's what I represent. That's where I and we come in. You know? But it's a lot of truth mixed with falsehood in these YouTube streets. A lot of these people's scholarship has been tampered with, compromised. So don't expect me to collaborate with any and everybody. Also, on my journey of teaching and learning, of studying and professing, I found that people do the right thing for the wrong reason sometimes, if that makes sense. Your intentions and why you're doing something is very important. Just as important, if not more important, than what you're actually doing. So I've reached out to certain brothers and sisters behind the scenes. Some are legit, some are not. If you a content creator and you have substance, we appreciate you. But just know, if you a content creator and you're not willing to show your face, we see you. Now, am I saying that any content creator that doesn't show his or her face isn't legit? No. Because there's many content creators who do show their face who are illegitimate. Let's be very clear. But I want you to look me in my face as I'm creating content. I want you to know exactly what it is and what it is not. I want us to be very clear. So as I continue to upload footage and create content, I want you to stay tuned. All of you looking for guidance and direction, who have still failed to realize that the guidance, the direction, and the leadership that you seek is inside of you, don't worry, we'll figure it out together. Feel free to walk with me and walk with us. Exclusive freestyles right here on Ariana Ali. These beats that you hear in the background, you'll hear them again very soon as I present new content and music from me to you. Exclusive monologues, hot topics, you know, subjects that are substantial to our plight and everyday life and the black experience here in America. I will be discussing it. Current events, the world as it turns, as we know it, as we see it. I will be speaking on it. From the heart, with passion. Pardon my passion. If you want cookie cutter, talk, you gonna have to go to a different channel, baby. You got to move around and find another station. But if you want real rap and raw rhetoric, you are in the right place. You dig? So I ain't gonna talk you to death like I said. We have very little to say and much, much to do. Much more coming from me to you, so stay tuned. Music, politics, spirituality, consciousness, relationships, and all other things pertaining to scholarship, black leadership, and these YouTube streets. I'm too street for IG, too hood for Facebook, hit my nigga. I ain't going back and forth on Twitter, you know that. But I'll drop jewels on YouTube. You know, do my 1-2. Stay in tune for that. You know. We'll be uploading new footage coming soon. If not today, probably tomorrow. I'm probably gonna discuss a topic, upload a video similar to this, just more in depth. I'm gonna pick one topic and really go after it. Then I might upload a video or two while I'm providing rhythm and poetry, rap, higher infinite power healing our people, hip hop, higher infinite power healing our people. You know, drop jewels. Until then, y'all remain blessed, be safe, stay strong. Thank you for tuning in to these superior facts. My name is Ariana Ali, and that's that. Salute. Black Dollar. Holla. Assalamu alaikum to those that speak the language. And we gone.